My Lords, very briefly and on a slightly related topic, I wanted to talk about a different group of people who are in long-term segregation, who aren't sectioned and often don't get mentioned, and that is prisoners. One of the things that's happened is that long-term segregation is used when very ill, mentally ill people in prison are not transferred to hospital and nobody knows what to do with them. And they're put into isolation and they are left there very often, psychotic, delusional, forgotten, and effectively dumped. Now, the noble Baroness Browning alluded to prisons, but even prisoners shouldn't be treated like prisoners sometimes. And the confusion and conflation of punishment and treatment outside of prison is no less shocking when it's inside prison, because you're not meant to punish somebody doubly because they're in prison and they happen to get ill or what have you. It's also, I mean, you know, the Chief Inspector of Prisons, Charles Taylor, has actually made the point that the segregation units are completely unsuitable for people who are severely unwell. They're also a significant drain on hard-pressed staff, by the way, because very often the restraints and so on, the people literally going out of their mind, not getting any medical intervention at all, require multiple officers, according to the Chief Inspector, to unlock the cells, even just to deliver them meals. So I was going to ask if it was possible for the Minister to give any thoughts on that, but also in a way this is an appeal to the noble lady, Lady Hollins, if she might consider that if she takes this amendment forward, that she might bring that into the situation, even though I know I'm slightly squeezing it in, and it, you know, because I have got an amendment 160A on reviewing prisons and so on. The only other thing that I wanted to just add on the end in relation to Amendment 146 and the use of force, I absolutely agree with the movers of the amendment in relation to the need to keep records. That is obviously the case. And I suppose the nightmare for us all is, and we all know of this, you know, the misuse of force is totally horrifying, the stuff of nightmares when people are ill. But I also don't want to be naive and know that when people are very ill and very psychotic, sometimes appropriate force is necessary. I just think it needs to be recorded. And I mean, when I say force, I obviously don't mean violence, and I don't mean not within the realms of professional intervention. But I just sometimes think we forget how ill people can be, how violent they can be, how difficult it is for the people who work with them. And therefore, I think we should record every instance of the use of force, but not necessarily, or be wary of demonising or damning every use of force in every instance, because it's not quite as simple as that, I think.
I stand to support